happening, folks? Welcome back to Celtic Fans TV. It's full-time reaction to Celtic 5, Ross County 0. I've got Darren and Martin to go over it. Martin, I thought, despite the 6 changes, that first half was an absolute demolition on it.
And I don't know why, but the last twice when we made those changes, it hasn't worked, Dundee and Falkirk. But there was something about today that made me think, let's try it again. And I think it's this team's come a long way, and the guys that are on the bench, partly them deserving a chance because they've not done much wrong and they're good enough. And then there was a little bit about some of the players maybe a bit lethargic during the week, maybe needing a wee bit of rest, and just to try and freshen things up. So I think most of us were saying, yep, make these changes, and the changes we probably predicted. I don't know how your predictions were, Paul, I've no double checked, but I think most of them we would have called those changes, almost all of them, there or thereabouts. So you change half the team, you think, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to get, but I mean, I wish we could just do all that again. I wish we could watch it again, even the second half. I know we didn't score any goals, but that first half's one of the best halves I've seen for a long, long time. And it was just fantastic across the whole of the pitch. Everybody was excellent. First goal goes in, we were expecting it to come, and then the floodgates open, and I think the second, third, fourth and fifth was in a very short window, sort of 15-minute period, wasn't it? Just a sensational performance, and those guys that are considered to be not good enough for your first 11 are good enough for most first 11s, and it just evidence. I know it was Ross County, right, and I know they're not one of the better teams, but that was evidence today that we have got some good strength and depth. And I know we'll come to who were the standout players, but there was some standout players there today, and they weren't starting 11 players. They were exceptional. So today just proved that you can make those changes, and Falkirk played well. We go back to that game, they played well in that game, and the Dundee game was a Dundee game, but today was just a very exciting. I mean, that's an exciting team. Just can't get enough of watching them right now, and we're on a really good run. Not been beaten for a long time. Domestically, I think, well, we're still unbeaten domestically, aren't we? So it's a great time to be a Celtic fan. I loved that today.
Aye, Dan, as Martin says, you don't always get that. We've seen it already this season. You make 6 changes to the team after a big night like Wednesday, but I thought you could tell from minute 1 the intensity was really good. We really pinned Ross County back, and once we get the breakthrough for Scales, it was the floodgates opened, didn't they?
No, I know, and it was kind of like one of those first 10 minutes where there is that many changes. It takes a wee few minutes for the players to get the rhythm, but I think when you get an early goal from a Scales corner, very good header because he's facing away for the goal, good for him to get a start as well, because I know Trusty's been putting him out of the team, so he had a bit of a point to prove today. Thought apart from his goal, I thought it was very good as well.
It was very good, yeah.
But I think when teams come here and they go 1 goal down, even when they go 2 goals down, they kind of lose what they're there to play for, and they're kind of just in the back of their minds, they're just thinking, right, the game's over and I just want to get out of here. And then when Celtic got that too, it's if they just kind of got like such enthusiasm from it and they just kept going. I think the 3rd, 4th and 5th goal were all there in the space of 5 minutes, and you could see just the way they play. Guys like McCowan and Bernardo, as you say, Martin, they don't get many starts, so they feel like they've got something to prove as well. I thought, look, McCowan was sensational. His goal, by the way, that I know it's a great ball. Scales' ball was a bit overhit, but his first touch with his weak foot as well.
Great touch.
Obviously he gets a bit of luck with the deflection from the shot, but if you don't hit your shot, you're not going to score. And all round I thought his play was just there. Just looked so energetic in the middle of the park. I felt that's kind of what we were lacking a bit midweek. Hatate looked a bit sluggish. Engels, we spoke about him on Wednesday, how he was underperforming a wee bit. And then Callum mentioned on Wednesday as well that Bernardo must be chewing the manager's ear off for a start, and he gets a start deservedly, and he didn't waste it. He gets his goal, but again in the midfield I thought it was overall brilliant as well. McGregor, I know he wasn't involved as much on Wednesday because he was man marked by one of the midfielders for the whole game, but you see when he's got that free roam, he dictates everything. Everyone just kind of had a great game as well. Forrest as well getting a start. He actually played 90 minutes, which we don't see from Forrest. I was expecting Kuhn to come on at some point, but as we spoke about, when you're 5-0 up, there's no need to kind of bring on Kuhn. Even Kyogo not coming on as well, so it's good that like guys like Kyogo and Kuhn, they've just got a complete rest, basically a week off for now. So great first half. Obviously the second half as well, we dropped down the gears. It wasn't the most exciting. We did have a few chances. I thought Ross County's sub goalkeeper that came on, I thought he pulled off a couple of cracking saves. That Idah volley, they had a chance from. There was a chance as well, I think it was brilliant interplay, and I think it was Valle that get put through, and you're screaming for him to go around the goalkeeper, but I think he just shot and it went right at him. That would have been a great goal as well. But delighted with 5-0. I thought we thoroughly deserved it today.
I'm just thinking about that Ross County goalkeeper that came on, Martin. He'll be telling his grandkids he kept a clean sheet at Celtic Park and he get beat 5-0.
It's funny because I happened to be sitting quite closely at the bookies, so half time and full time, like we've been cleaned out. You know, a number of people had predicted there'd be a few goals in the game, and at the end of the talk we didn't have enough money to pay all the bets and all that, so I was laughing thinking, the Celtic fans are really optimistic just now about what this team can bring, how many goals we can score. And when you look at the league table, I think we've scored 40 and conceded 4 now. So for every goal we're scoring, every goal we're conceding, we're scoring 10. I mean, that's just unbelievable. That must be some kind of record at this stage. It's an exciting team, and as Darren's already articulated better than I could, all the players that came in today were exceptional. You know, those periphery players.
Sorry to interrupt. Just look, McCowan, as Darren's talked about there, I think he's the ideal squad player for us to come in games like this after European games. He's used to Scottish football, he's got a brilliant energy about him, he's technically very good. I think he's ideal for these games, isn't he?
I think, and the changes today, 2 in each area of the park, right? So the 2 at the back, and you think, you know, the Vi, how good was he today, wasn't he? He brought a bit of freshness, and he was one of the standouts today. And then Scales has done no much wrong, so he comes in, Trusty's playing well, as you say, but he comes in and performs well. And then you go in the middle of the park, and the 2 that come in the middle of the park, you see McCowan, man of the match. I know we'll come to that. And as you say, Bernardo as well. Exciting players. What I love about those two is the energy levels that they bring. They've got the telling pass, they've got the finish, they've got everything, defensively, offensively, reading the play. They've got it all.
I feel like an unbeaten season is a long way away, but if we're talking about that, having those squad rotation, particularly in the midfield, is so key.
And you've got up front in Forrest, right, reliable Forrest, you know, playing really well just now, and then Idah, I mean, he's playing fully confident as well. And that first goal, Idah makes that run. So you look at all the goals, and there's some individual brilliance with those goals, right? But in the build-up to it, there's great passes, and then there's also what the Celtic team brings, which often goes unnoticed, particularly with like Kyogo, is the run. So that first goal, Idah makes a run. Everybody follows. He makes that run to near post. It's a common thing to do as a striker, isn't it? And it creates space for big Scales to come in and header it. And with some of the other goals, there's similar things happened where the defenders are watching the players that are running in different directions, opens up a bit of space, and you get the shots away. So I think that's what that team's got just now. Being able to play that telling pass, being able to finish because they're full of confidence, but also being able to have players moving all over the park.
Darren, 5 points clear Aberdeen. I think it's 14 ahead of the team that's in third place as well. Great position for us to be in. A big game at Pittodrie on Wednesday. You'd expect us to go back to full strength for that, but in this form, the manager's got headaches, hasn't he?
Good headaches, definitely. I think at some point in every season, since I've been on the channel anyway, we always talk about we don't see any team that can really beat us, and I think that now's the most prominent time to say it. I really don't see any team that can beat us. You mentioned the team in third place, they're a long way off us, and really realistically you're only looking at the strongest opposition right now is Aberdeen, and since their defeat, I think it was to St Mirren, they kind of look like they've lost that winning run that they've been on. I know they drew against Hibs, I don't know if they're playing tomorrow as well. Tynecastle tomorrow. So that train looks like it's kind of derailed a wee bit, so you're just thinking to us, we're just going to keep playing our game, we're just going to keep stretching our legs. And I think I spoke about that, I think it was after actually one of the games against Aberdeen, it might have been the draw we played against Aberdeen. We've got that luxury of, when we're playing midweek, we can take some of those players out who are fatigued and we can bring in quality, and we're not losing any more quality. Aberdeen don't have that luxury. They're maybe, if one or two key players getting injured away from kind of just losing all the momentum that they've got. But we're just in that position now where if someone gets injured, suspended, they're tired, we can just bring in somebody of reasonably similar quality, and you know, you don't even notice it on the park because like we just spoke about there, McCowan coming in, Hatate dropping off. Realistically, you're thinking, McCowan, as you say, he has a great squad play to bring in after these European games, but it does not look out of place starting in a Celtic team. I think he's very, 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 very good, and I know we talk about Engels being off form a wee bit, and there's always going to be the fact that Engels is going to start because he is the £11 million player, and rightfully so. That's just how a football and team works. But I just think that he could start him in any game. I would feel comfortable starting him in a Champions League game. Genuinely, I think he's that good. Bernardo as well. Scales as well. He started many Champions League games for us. They're just the depth, couple of man of matches in the Champions League. Even Anthony Ralston coming on, you can always trust him to get a job done. Now there's that competition at left back as well with Valle and Taylor. Taylor's getting a nod in the Champions League games. Valle's coming in. It's kind of chopping and changing. Me personally, I would have Valle, but again, you can trust both of them to do a job as well. So in all areas of the pitch, we're looking good. I know it's a long season. We're going to get injuries as well, which can kind of hamper things. But right now, I think we're just looking stronger and stronger week by week.
It's like all 5 things are going in our favour, right? We've got no injuries. We've got a squad we can rely on. You know, when these periphery players are coming in, they're playing well. We're banging in the goals. We're not conceding any goals. And we've got a manager who can change a game. Tynecastle being a prime example. Wednesday night being a prime example. There was 2 consecutive games with the second half we performed particularly well. Since that Dortmund result, we're all tearing our hair out that night. 10 games we've played now, and every single one of them has been a favourable result. I think maybe 3 draws in there, 7 victories, and the draws were Aberdeen at home, Atalanta away, and Bruce during the week. Now we've got a spell of 8 games before we play Rangers. Really exciting period. So you've got Aberdeen away, exciting, Hibs at home, but then Zagreb away, Rangers in the final. You then get Dundee United away, Motherwell and St Johnstone at home, and then Rangers at Ibrox.
Do you know, someone told me in the pub actually just before the game there that in the first 3 weeks in December we have 8 games. That's a hell of a lot of fixtures, and you need squad depth for that.
But those 8, come through those 8, manage to beat Rangers a couple of times, maybe get a result in Zagreb, who knows. But if we can continue that dominance domestically at the very least, and even a defeat in Zagreb wouldn't be a disastrous result, you can come through that 19 games since Dortmund and be really happy. So some of those games you would fancy Hibs at home, Motherwell at home, St Johnstone at home, maybe to be games you would expect to win, but no guarantees. Brendan Rodgers getting the home games at Christmas, which he was asking for last year, but some mouth-watering games there. Aberdeen away on a Wednesday night, Rangers in the final, Zagreb away. So really excited about the next 8 fixtures.
Lots to look forward to. Quickly, man of the match.
Has to be McCowan. I mean, did he set 2 up and score 1? He was just all over the pitch, and as you say, the managers get some really good headaches, because what he'll do is he'll just rotate it more and more because he can, and that will bring a freshness to the team. Competition for place is always good, but McCowan for me was excellent.
Full house for McCowan.
Same for me. Obviously honourable mention to Liam Scales coming in at the start.
Very good.
Goal and assist, not common for a defender. So close out Liam Scales, but it's got to be McCowan for me. Yep,
full house for Luke. That's it. We're going to the pub for post-match pint. Join us for that. Comment your own thoughts on the game below. Thanks for watching.